Hey folks, how you doing? How have you been? Leducium here, playing CK2, a game that is very full of maps. It's complex. I'm finding it complex. If I apologize if you don't, but yeah, it's fun. I'm just still trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing. Anyways, we are in Ireland. We're going to try to conquer Ireland. We're playing as this guy. That's us. Old beardy face Mick Aid of Connacht. Um, yeah. Freedom! No, that's Scotland. That's completely wrong. Anyways, we are the youth of the nation. We are going to wait some time. Wait for some. I can't talk. We are going to wait for some time to pass so that we can save up some gold, so that we can use that gold to buy mercenaries, so we can use those mercenaries to conquer our neighbors. And from there, the world. Anyway, here we go. So we're just letting time tick by. We're going to speed up the game a little bit and see what else is happening. Well, that's all happening. Let's take a look at our court here, our realm. So this guy still wants to get married. He's betrothed. We know that. Oh, more people want to get married. Okay. This could lead to alliances, so that's why I'm all about this sort of stuff. So you want to become marshal. That's probably not going to happen with a 4 marshal score. You could get married. Let's see if we can marry you to somebody. I don't want you to be a person of interest. Who do we want to marry you to? And more importantly, can we do it matrilineally so they'll come to our court? This guy's got pretty good martial stats, actually. Steward. Oh, that's that's our guy. No, that's disappointing. So matrilineally, we can only get people that are basically in our court. So that kind of stinks. All right, forget about it. Non-matrilineally. I'm not sure if I want to send you away just yet. In fact, what I could do is marry you to that guy we just brought over that doesn't like us that much. Where is his name? It's like Piccolo or something. Pico de Gallo? Dynasty. Let's go to Irish. Irish. Huh. I don't know. Forget about it. This whole thing is just not happening. Anybody else need to get married? No, everyone else is kind of fine. You want money. You want to be a court chaplain with only 7 learning. You want to be chancellor with shitty stats as well. Everyone wants to be everything, but they have shitty stats, and I want to improve diplomacy, so there you go. Alright. Yeah, so unfortunately you're gonna stay put because there's not much I can do there. What I can do while we're waiting is maybe see if we can't plot to kill this guy. 24%. Will anybody join me in this endeavor? You're a maybe, but you would only offer 8%, and you're a maybe and only offer 11% plot power. So let's forget about it. That was a fun experiment. March. Click plot. Queen. That's our wife. I don't know if I want to kill our wife yet. So we'll hold off on that. Hold a feast. We can't do any of these things right now. So we'll hold off on that. So we can invite debutantes, nobles, and holy men to court, but at the moment I don't see a point. So we're going to let some time tick by. Noblemen could be useful. Same with holy men. That would be our prestige that we would use, only because we would get more courtiers and potentially get more stuff that way, but whatever. Anyways, we're going to slow the game down a little bit, and while the game is slowed, let's take a look at our laws here. So we have church taxation, church levies. A daughter was born. Okay. Sure. So we have stuff, and we could change primogenitor. I want to actually change this to primogenitor. So we are going to do that. So I'll talk about what this does, because we had Gavelkind before. It shouldn't piss anybody off because we only have one heir. And our grandkids are pretenders, but even so, this grandkid is the heir after him. So agnatic cognatic law means that male heirs are first in the line of succession. But if we have no male heirs, then the title goes to our female heir. And then primogenitor means that the title goes to the oldest child and then to his oldest child and their oldest child. So it always gets passed down to the oldest child. While Gavelkind, which is what we had before, the title gets split amongst children in our dynasty. And I didn't like that, or in our family. Siege Palin for having unlanded sons, blah blah blah, and can have a 30% larger demnes. So we could have had 4 lands instead of 3. So that's kind of a nice thing about Gavelkind. But I don't like Gavelkind because then when we die, our land gets split amongst the kids, and then we basically have to kind of reconquer it. There's all these other ones that I'm not quite sure about yet. So right now I'm going to stick with primogenitor and cognatic. We can also change our feudal tax levies and all of our other levies here, and I am going to do that. I'm going to up my feudal taxation to small, so when we start getting some feudal claims, we'll at least have some taxation coming from those guys. And I'm going to keep the church levies as small because I'm hoping that eventually our priest here will start to like us a bit more than the Pope, even though he loves this freaking Pope. But popes die and things change, so we'll see. In the meantime, alright, now with that done, what we're going to do is going to see if we can find some more nobles to bring to our court. Claimants, no. What about you? Claimants? Nope. Claimants? Nope. Same thing. So if I can find people that have claims that we can bring over, we can then eventually use those claims to hopefully conquer some more territories. So we're here just keeping an eye out for anybody that's around. I don't like how this guy's allies with all these people. Yeah, okay. We'll eventually have some alliances as well, especially if we can get France on our side. They are big. Okay, no claimants anywhere. That's upsetting. I don't want to mess with England just yet, because I have no idea how they'll respond. Let's already check that. What about you? No. What about Brittany? If I look here. Claimants. Oh, hey, these guys. Although I'll never be able to really press their claims. They're kind of old. But I could get their title. Let's take a look at these guys. Strong claim to the County of Lyon. What about you? Strong claim to the County of Lyon. Alright. You know what? We'll invite you to court. Because what that will do, I should have looked at their stats actually, but what that'll do is I can marry them to our courtier. And then, excuse me, I gotta cough a bit. I've been talking too much, and it would be a smart idea if I had water with me here. What we can do is marry them, and they could have kids, and that title will hopefully stay in our household or in our court, and we can get stuff and things. Alright, anyways, a man claiming to be a lord who disappeared 7 years ago has found his way to my castle. He sings of the fair queen of Elfland, and someone says his songs are prophetic. But long lost, but home again. We gain the trait of kind. Alright. Why should I believe him? We get paranoid. Because we're cynical. He's finally finding his way home then. And we get this person in our court. Which could be useful. We can get another person in our court. So yeah, screw it. Let's get another person in our court. We can be not paranoid. We can be gullible if we want to. Alright, this is the guy. We want to get this guy married to... Where's our Irish lass here? So She wants to get married. He wants to get married. It's good. They'll both stay in our court and hopefully have a kid, and that kid will hopefully inherit that title. So now we have claims to all this on behalf of that guy. And his kids claim Leon. Yeah, whatever. We have claims on all this, as far as I can tell. I think this is the whole thing might be Leon. They might be having a revolt. But the good news there, it's our other grandson, so we need to educate him. The good news there, yeah, we can keep that title, hopefully, in our land area. And good stuff will happen. Now, this kid, let's educate him with this lady who is now up to 16 with her learning. And I'm only doing so because she's not ambitious. I don't want to have the second son here be educated by this ambitious guy, because that scares me. And I'm fine if she's a foreigner, because again, that's my second grandkid, so he's not as important. Sorry, Domhnall, but you're not as important as Tag. Tag, you're it. Anyways, good. Good. So we're building up claims slowly but surely. But don't call me Shirley. We're building up claims. Why do I have a claim on this? Embargo. Okay, that's fine. And why do I have a claim on this? Is this from my Portugal excommunicated ruler? No. Another thing I learned from horrible personal experiences, you don't want to get excommunicated, because then all other Catholics can attack you. So if the Pope doesn't like you and decides to excommunicate you, you are screwed. So one thing I want to do eventually is build relations with Mr. Funny Hat here. What does he think of us? He's got a favorable opinion of us, 15, but it's not great. But it's still not bad, so we'll keep it that way. The Pope can attack all of this, basically, because, or can claim all of this, because they're all heretics. Hey, we got the Casus Belli here, which is good. We will definitely use it. It's going to cost us 30 gold and 100 prestige, which puts our prestige in negative, which sucks. I don't care. We're using it so we get the claim on Kildare. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our counselor. We're going to fabricate claims somewhere else. So fabricate claims. Let's fabricate claims. So, and oral. It's good enough. The only reason I'm avoiding these guys is because they're allies with these guys. Yeah. So I want to avoid these three for now. But everybody else is fine. So we lost prestige. What can you do? Anyways, we're going to keep letting time pass by. We're not going to declare war yet. Not until we have a lot more money. Excuse me. I try to cough away. Can't talk. I try to cough away from the mic whenever possible. It'd be better if I didn't cough. But, you know. What can you do? Yeah, so Landless Sun. It's a hit to prestige. Prestige will eventually regenerate, plus we'll get prestige as our son gets married eventually. She's 14, so 2 more years. And yeah, and stuff will happen. So let's speed things along much faster now because reasons. And we are waiting to get money, plus we want our son to get married, so we get that kind of benefit. And let's take a look at this guy. Does he have any allies nearby? It doesn't look like he does. And that's a really good thing. What about this guy? Any allies? That. Okay. And this guy? No allies. As far as I can tell. He's got a claim on this for some reason. Why do you have a claim here? Excommunicated ruler, huh? Alfred Leon died of depression. That's our guy. Is that the guy? That's the guy that had the claim. I think because he's dead, she doesn't get the claim because he didn't have any kids. Ooh, that's upsetting. So I think we did lose the claim here. So let's invite the other guy that was here. Which one of you claimants wants to come over? Let's take a look at this guy. How you doing? Strong claim. Strong claim. Good enough. You're married? You can still come over, right? And you're married, and you've got strong claims. Both on the same counties. Alright, let's start by inviting this guy over. And let's take a look. What about you? Claimants. Nobody wants to come by. You? No claimants. So I think Leon broke up. Claimants. But this guy was still claiming Leon, and he's not married, which is a good thing. So we will go ahead and also invite him over. So eventually what we'll do is we'll build up some claims to this area. And maybe we'll press them eventually, maybe we won't. There's nothing I can do about England. I mean, we could attack them, but that would be suicide because first of all, they're already fighting. Second of all, it'll just be a mess. So we're going to leave that alone. And instead we have these 3 counties that we can conquer. Some of them on our own, some of them with a little bit of help. Like this one we can conquer, and this one we have Casus Belli against that we forged. I'll probably take Kildare first, mostly because he doesn't... Well, he's got that as an ally. But how bad is this? What kind of troops do you have? You have 762 troops, so I'm not too worried. As long as I can fire, as long as I can hire some mercenaries, I'm not too worried. Let's speed things along. To the most excellent King Aid, may you live in harmony and contentment. I accept your gracious invitations. That guy's willing to come aboard to our court, and so is this guy. Let's take the old guy that just came over and marry him to our courtier. I can't pronounce that word. Where are you? You just came by. I forget what you look like already. Damn it. Was it you? No, you're the one that's married. Okay. Boom. Court. Wasn't you? Wasn't you? It's not you. I know you. It's you. Yes. Where's our young lady here that we want our court dynasty? Where's Irish? It's this lady here. Good. Go ahead, have kids, please. Keep the claims in my family. So now we once again have claims to Brittany. Well, it's all broken up now, but eventually, I mean, we can get it all aligned. All right. In the meantime, how are we doing? 132. Good enough, but not good enough. Because if we take a look at our military tab, so our vassals are Bishop won't give us anything because he doesn't like us enough compared to the Pope, and this guy doesn't like us that much either, so he's only going to give us 3 troops. In fact, maybe we'll give him a title here, Master of the Hunt or something. Improve our relations just a little bit, and that'll give me just a few more troops. Not many more. So we don't have a lot of troops. So what we're going to have to do, at least for the first few battles, is hire mercenaries. We need at least 150 gold to hire the first set of mercenaries, but then we're going to need a whole bunch more to keep them actually employed and happy. So I have to leave this be. This is good. My liege, my network of spies here in Briefing have found out that a local nobleman is a homosexual. We are going to spread rumors about him, and what that'll do is it'll hopefully reduce the amount of levy reinforcement rate, minus 200. Is this guy? I can't tell. But whoever that is, whether it's his mayor or him or his bishop, it'll help us. It'll help us attack him because that should lower the amount of troops they can raise because it'll lower people's opinions of them. It kind of sucks, but that's the way things were in 1070. My liege, since I arrived in Connacht, there have never been a shortage of soldiers reinforcing the troop station there. So once again, we got better reinforcements, which is good. That'll definitely help us, but we need way more money. So I'm not going to attack until I have, let's say, 225 gold. Once I conquer a few of these provinces, it gets a lot easier. But first things first, we need to actually conquer a few of these provinces. And I'd really rather take Kildare because I can take Kildare for myself. Alright, betrothal. Unmarried heir. Yeah, you guys are betrothed. Princess of France. Hello? Hello? Go ahead. Do something. I don't know how to get this to trigger. Presents and gift. I don't want to break betrothal. I want to arrange marriage. I don't know how to get this to trigger. Usually, sometimes it triggers automatically and sometimes it doesn't for whatever reason. You're not imprisoned. I can try to kill you, but I'm not quite sure why. I need you to come over here. Why won't you come over here? It's your king. No, that doesn't help me. I want your claims. I'm the Kingdom of France. Okay. I wonder if I can break betrothal and just try to remarry her, but damn it. Invite to court. What do you mean you won't come to my court? You're gonna get married. Opinion of King Philip. You were promised to my freaking son. The hell. Alright, I don't know. I'm just gonna ignore it and let time tick by. Maybe something will happen. He's not getting any younger. He's 31, she's 16. Maybe it's because her opinion of me is shit. Let's send gift. And this will delay my getting my troops there, but I'm hoping that maybe that's what the problem was. Opinion of liege. So that's the lady that we were trying to get married to somebody, and now she's dead. Fine. He's 61. I don't know how many kids he's going to be having. Who are we going to marry you to? Let's marry you to this Portuguese lady that we're going to invite, because why not? We are going to have a ton of people from Portugal. Sure, whatever. In our court. I still don't know what I'm doing wrong. Alright, so she's willing to come into our court and get married. You're betrothed, and I get a freaking get a penalty if I break the betrothal. Okay, fine. What's his opinion of us? 7. I'm afraid if I break the betrothal, he's not going to let her marry us again. Crap. Disable. Nope. Not what I wanted to do necessarily. I might just have to look this up. How to get it to trigger. But we'll have to do that later on. So I'm going to leave things be. And we'll just wait for our gold to stack up. Okay, it's fine, I think. Alright, so we're waiting. That was kind of a waste of 30 gold, sending her a gift. Alright, interesting. Okay, so the day the earth shook. This is new. The earth shook, the people screamed, and buildings cracked. A cloud of foul-smelling air swept over the village, making torches and fires burn bright green for several hours. It took a couple of days of repairing the cracked buildings and salvaging items from the few older houses that had collapsed. Luckily, everyone escaped unharmed. I slowly walked through the city, examining the buildings and noting what remained to be repaired when an exciting peasant approached me. Without bothering with formalities, he told me about a giant crack in the ground just outside his farm. He wanted me to come and inspect it, perhaps determine what to do about it. Why do you bother me? Or, of course, show us the way, peasant. So what will this do? 25% chance we will get the trait slothful, and we lose piety and general opinion. Or gets a flaming gap. Doesn't sound right. Giving the following effects: piety and general opinion. So either way, we lose piety, basically, and opinion. But this way we can get slothful. This we get the gate of hell. Let's just do that. Fine. A book without a title was pushed into my hands by a hooded man clad in midnight blue. Something was said, but was lost in confusion. The book was still there. Hey, wait! We get 20 piety, or wants me to read it. Illumination until blah blah blah. Monthly prestige, monthly piety. We'll take the prestige and the piety because we're not doing well. Anyways, folks, I am going to put a break in the video for now. Well, let's read this first, then we'll put a break. Gate of Hell. The foul smell that had swept over the city the day the earth shook slowly crept up on us, and I retched involuntarily. The wound that had burst open in the farmer's field spewed fire and brimstone, and we stopped, aghast at the sight. The flames and fiery stones threatened the bare ground round the gap. The farmer was lucky his field lay fallow. It's just a hole in the ground. I must take a closer look at this. What will this do? The peasants are upset. Local revolt risk, and we lose piety and general opinion. Jeez. Or we get more events and we lose more piety and general opinion. I feel like the more I look into this, the worse it gets. Because if I just do this and take the revolt risk, this doesn't continue. The gate and its tortured souls. But I can't help myself because this is interesting. And I kind of want to see where this leads. So we'll keep going. Oh, well, and it keeps going. All right, let's go through these events first before I put an end to this video. Wailing! Screams and cries for help seemed to emit from the burning gap. The farmer grew pale and refused to take one step further. I walked as close to the hellhole as I dared and tried to peek down. Apart from the occasional fiery stone and eyebrow-looking flame, I could see nothing. The wailings and screams seemed to increase until it felt as if my head would explode. I stumbled backward, felt the ground shifting beneath my feet, and would have fallen into the pit if the farmer hadn't grabbed my arm and pulled me away from it. It's just a hole, right? I need this gap closed now, is what I said to your mom. I'm sorry. So, okay, this gets gates of hell until whatever, giving the following effects. Or there is a way to close the gap, but how? Let's do this, because maybe this will allow us to get some of these back, because we are losing a lot of opinion here. I'm pretty sure everyone hates us. Gates of Hell, -5, prestige and vision, short reign. Yeah. Close the gate to hell. I gave the wisest men and women of my court 3 days to come up with a solution on how to close this gap that seemed to open the whole way to hell. Within 3 days, they all thought of different solutions to the problem. Exorcism. Feeded cattle. Try filling it with stones. So either the priest perform an exorcism, the demon inhabiting the gap should be satisfied, or the hole cannot be abyssal. As a man of science, living in the year of 1071, we're going to try filling it with stones. See what happens. Did I get... Oh, Jesus. Alright, Rolling Stones. We're going to try filling this hole with the band, the Rolling Stones. Cartload after cartload of rocks and gravel were shoveled into the gap while the workers desperately tried to stay clear of the flames and fiery stones that seemed to increase in number. Screams of pain from the bottom of the pit affected the workers, and some refused to keep shoveling in the gravel. I had to promise them no one was trapped down there, but did not want anyone to descend into whatever madness the pit was. Keep shoveling. 90% chance it might work, 10% chance it might not work, or this is an impossible task. Let's do 90% chance it might work. I like those odds. It worked! The gap finally closed. No more fiery stones and flames. No more wailing voices from the underground. And we get 5 martial, monthly prestige, general opinion +4. Hooray! So we get that for 5 years, which is really nice. Awesome. We kick ass. And then Marshall's going to help us lead troops. Anyways, with this, I'm going to put a break in this video. Folks, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please show your support. Leave a like. It helps me out a bunch. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. You get updates whenever I post new stuff. And as always, my name's Leducium. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you guys tuning in. And I hope to see you folks next time. Later.